by forever encyclopedia of spoken poetry, ball rolling out of the shed. Midday butterfly of the Akashi sea, the shooting grass arrows in its dazzling light. Summer night in a Russian film, a vast forest reaching to the back of the locomotive shed. December sunlight, thinking about the right emoji for out my break time's over. There's nothing more delicious than strawberry jam. I want to run it through your hair, soothing my ears, making them bloom. Piano music in the breeze is what they like most of all. Announcing the last train. Sheep, good night. Sheep, good night. When she was her most beautiful. My little parching heart, don't blame it on others. Myself, I failed to water it, growing more difficult. Don't blame it on your friends. Who was it lost? But pellency, my own irritation. Don't blame it on the family. I myself was bad at most things. Early after, nearly gone, and don't blame it on the daily round. My spirit was enfeebled from the outset. Every thing. Don't blame it on the times. Abandoned barely, a glint in self-esteem. Your own sensitivity at least, protected it by yourself. Oh, you great idiot, how the scent flows. Seeing for the first time flowers in the garden. Sweet olive start to blossom. Their grainy flowers change color of a sudden to turmeric from cream and generous spread. Odd fragrance, since you were someone absent-minded who would confuse shape and motion with a hair tonic. Use one for the other, led to that flower scent in the night air, and pushing a clear autumn's revolving door on this world's border with the next. From nowhere I couldn't be sure. Yes, weren't there wearing a Serge Camino, as if to say, about Latino Camino, you what with a combed up hair. Although you'd notice me, your face showed no expression, casual if not surprised. Let's talk again like it was yesterday. Well, it's been a while now. How large the trees are, how many flowers. When we painted, there were just 5 or 6. Oh, how many now? Scattered all around. If we had a moment, and slowly, gently clasp your sash. Together we'd turn somersaults. As time go away together from here to there. Somewhere in this minute garden, it's like that revolving doors hidden once more, but not gone. Garden at night, arriving at the village, we remove our clothes so as to be ready for love. Next to a river which has come to a stop, they bring out the horses that never sleep and transport breakable objects that same way as a voluminous woman's torso to the corner of the water and the frozen star, the dancing of slug and centipedes. Quickly we set out for the featherless birds and a rubber fish, and a little hut we shut away, a pitiable catch which cries in the morning and keeps silent at night. Of those which bite, unable to endure a frequent movement between the dried straw and the reddening clouds, we push the moon out through the window and start a fire, then grill up for an edible thighs, and squeeze lemons, not fit to drink. The owner of the little hut is missing, and the madame of the house has attempted love suicide while the children are in town at school. When they meet their merry fate in the bathroom, we are those who come to stop here. Naked we disappear with the flames, outnumbered by the townspeople who come to watch as smoke dissipates. 4 monks strolling through the garden occasionally roll up their back robes, and with things shaped like sticks, give a young woman a good fraction. Then until the cries out of the bats begin, one monk prepares a meal while one goes in search of sinners. One monk masturbates and one is killed by a woman. 4 monks devoted to their duties pull down the holy effigy and crucify a cow. and its head. One who is dead performs his devotions while another makes a casket. When a flood of births rush in from the midnight town, then all four stand up at once for crippled umbrellas of a beautiful walls and ceiling covering. There our whole appears, and it begins to rain. It begins to rain. Four monks sit down to the evening meal of this one. The one with long arms passes out forks. The one with warts on his head pours sake. The one two do not show their hands, but stroke today's cat and tomorrow woman, while at the same time constructing hairy statues furnished by their bodies with their two hands. The meat holds fast to the bone. Meal exposed, well, there I go. Don't you know? Inside up my head, the lyrics begin. The hairy armpits of woman walking, looking at wax food displays, bright in the sweet priory summer, and obese family romps about. I am a man with a shamefully small watermelon, and I have come to this coast shaped like a tire in the evening, in search of the entrance to a tent with red and gray stripes. I seek a woman with the same deformity as myself. Go around once, then twice, wrap a towel around the frame of the spindle form, and dig a hole in the sand of this miserable system. All I can do is stammer, stroking the messy hair of seaweed to console the next to drown. The waves carry away my salty spirit, summer which yearly violates me, like Asians on the beach at night. The fruits from a scene of close to abundant new bodies of underage fish, and on top of that the ice appears to be shrinking through my eyes. But my instinct to insult and disgrace infects all living organisms, losing sight of the practical use of dry land. I try out my sense of touch on a woman, gradually fit my neck into a child's life preserver, even now laugh, facing the mast that tilts the sail up my heart. I catch the wind, smelling fish, and leave on the hunt for my own blood toward the open sea, like a staircase to enter a spectre sea, a sea of the sheet dawn that crashes my pride, that continually exposes my natural voice and cerebrum, forgotten so completely did I think, long and now forgotten, so very distantly did I gaze at an invisible sky, now forgotten, so very many songs of lament did I sing, now forgotten, so very rich the pride of its lavender now, already completely forgotten, the summer's end to shadows confessed that I'd been searching for you, how to describe the encounter certainly, amidst the blur of a snowstorm, obstructing visibility, I found you, or rather under a tree somewhere certainly, in the faint darkness under the sinking sun. I found you standing there, shadows, I say, in a veil of silence, enveloping the surroundings in me. Shadows, I say, take me with you to whence you came, for that is why our paths crossed without warning. You arrived from distant lands because you were standing at that hour of silent shadows, craft and stain a glass. I place myself inside, become the glitter and smooth of the surface, intersecting the dark interior space and outside world flowing boundless light, so as to the sea surface of a thick single dimension, inserted, so both my hands dangle. The saints surround me. A Gothic window safeguards my position. My flesh, honor of the wound, multi-dimensional yearning of the one who atones for faces, eight hues, compromised of fragments, radiant women of beautitudes, limitless fatigue of darkness and light, invisible right, and a salvation of white reticence, an eternal drama protected by Gothic techniques, taken in this translucent. Though I dreamt of white, along came an orange flower in a deviant hue of floral depression, blooming and falling. Our summer of fertility, what can't be seen, orange blue, only orange hue, beneath the tree too, and under the flames fallen until the orange decays. Though I dreamt of white and trusted its body to the flames, insane, stationary, on which I want to spit a poem that is what many days are like, for the unrest of earlier days, a record of showing what we know and don't we where we go. Since then, it's been a year. Suddenly, I couldn't find the words. I have infinite words, haven't you heard? I should have placed my words like it was cultivating my heart's garden that I know, but what kind of garden? Where was I? That I really don't know. Pollen gets in my eyes. Is it pollen? Is it a pollen of sadness? Is it a pollen or sadness? Clouds my vision. There's nothing I can do on a night overflowing with sparkling stars. I gotta pick up the one I love. The people waiting are lined up like white statues, patiently silent, standing in front of the ticket barrier. Rapper forever and ever and ever and ever. Never say never, for the forever rapper stops rapping. Never in a town with a white-walled castle. When it's warped, a bronze door opens. Orchard wind, bones are upright on a beach.